What's up, guys? So those of you who have seen my recent Instagram post know that I have recently hit a rep PR on bench press that we're going to watch here. In the past, I've done much heavier for 1 rep maxes. I've done a kind of sloppy 365, but usually like in the mid 300s for my 1 rep max. But I was training 1 rep maxes at the time. I haven't done that in a very long time, and so now I mostly focus on reps. So, which one is more impressive? I think you could argue, but this was a PR for me, so I was very happy with it. But we're going to go into why it was so frustrating and how many times it took to finally get it right.
So I actually had my dad come down for the set before this just to practice the spot. I was like, all right, give me a big lift off on a light weight. All right, this is how we do it. So you can see here as I get higher in reps, he's getting cautious. And I think right around here, he goes to grab it. I say no. He goes to grab it again. I say no. He goes to grab it again. I say no. He goes to grab it again. I say, don't touch it. So he finally puts his arms back. But at this point, I spend so much energy telling him not to touch it. And I very rarely go to failure. So I had to actually ask him there to grab it after dying. So I actually went back the next week because I was like, look, I got to make this right. So I'm like, look, just stay away from the bar. Okay, so here again, I'm going. So for people like this is 225. Everything is weighed on the bar there. So the gold plates are actually 24, not 25, which is why you see those little extra weights on the side to make it an exact 225. So in this week, I get to 16. And here's the thing. Watch right at the end. I get it. And he touches it the last second. And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? At the moment, I just said thanks. And then later, when I went back and watched it, I was like, dude, I was just, I was so frustrated. Because again, lifetime PRs, I may literally never be able to do this again for the rest of my life. So I literally went back. This is like an hour drive to get to my parents' house. I went there again. And the reason being that the gym situation with COVID, so I just wanted to do it at home. So I literally had my brother come over just to spot me. And I did that because I was like, okay, I know he's not going to. And he, obviously being my brother, messed around and was like, I'm almost tempted to touch it for you. So what you'll see I do here is I actually put a heavier weight on. So I added 100 pounds on it. For people who have ever heard of post-activation potentiation, it's the idea that a heavier weight beforehand will make it feel lighter when you drop down. And obviously, I think a lot of people know if you do a really heavy set and then you do a lighter set, that lighter set is going to feel even lighter than if you never did the heavy set to begin with. So I just kind of wanted to prime myself there, which I very rarely do, but I wanted to see if that helped. Had my brother give me a good spot here, and I do finally accomplish the 16 reps with 225 pounds without anybody actually touching the bar. So I'm finishing up here and was very happy with this. Was annoyed that I had to keep driving back to do it. But for me, I just knew this might be the only time I ever do it. So I wanted to make it right. Hilariously, the first time I ever bench pressed 225 was when I was, I think, 19 years old. And again, literally the same setup, same place. And I had my mom spot me. And for those of you who saw my Instagram post about this, you'll my punchline there, which is that you just can't have anybody who cares about your life spot you, because that will take precedence over the PR that you're going for. And so the very first time I did 225, my mom touched the bar and felt horrible about it, but I definitely yelled at her because, again, after however many years it took me to get there, it was a very big deal. So don't get most of your family, at least not your parents, to spot you. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share the story. I thought it was pretty amusing. After the fact, it's amusing. At the time, it was very, very frustrating. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions about the bench press itself or anything that I'm doing here, feel free to write it down below. If you want to see any more kind of story times like this or any more of my personal best lifts, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate a like for the video. Thanks, guys.